Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. This is the MUFC Ultimate 11 and today I'll be picking the central midfielders that are in my Ultimate Manchester United 11. Of course, you've now seen my defence, my goalkeeper and of course my wingers. If you haven't, you can go and check that out on the channel. But today we pick our two central midfielders and this was probably the easiest choice of them all. Two players that you could probably guess before you even clicked on the video that are going to be my central midfielders. I'm not going to fanny around with it. Roy Keane and Paul Scholes. Roy Keane obviously played for United between 1993 to 2006, making 480 appearances, scoring 51 goals, 7 league titles, 4 FA Cups, and of course that Champions League as well. Paul Scholes played for United between 93 to 2013. Obviously he retired in 2011 as well before making his comeback. 718 games, 155 goals for the Ginger Genius, and of course he won 11 league titles, 3 FA Cups, 2 League Cups and 2 Champions League titles. Alongside Ryan Giggs, he is one of 4 players to have won 2 Champions League titles at Manchester United. Can you guess who those are? Apart from Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes, get it in the comments below if you know who the other 2 are. But yes, Paul Scholes. What else needs to be said about him? Everybody says it about him. And Roy Keane as well, the perfect foil for him. On one hand you had the leader, the guy that would cover every single blade of grass, throwing in challenges, pulling his team together when it was all falling apart, the absolute glue to our side. He was the manager's representation on the pitch as well. Sir Alex and Roy Keane, they were perfect for each other. I know it ended sourly, but they were perfect for each other. Proper leader, proper player, box-to-box midfielder as well when he was in his pomp. And his talents and what he meant to Manchester United obviously summed up on that great night in Turin as he led us to the Champions League final, knowing that he wasn't going to play in the final. Still, he deserves that medal for that performance alone. And it's a shame that he did leave under a cloud because he was an absolute club legend and we don't get to see him around much anymore because of the way it ended and his relationship with other people at the clubs, and that's a little bit sad because he's without doubt a club legend, and he deserves to be held up there in the kind of regard we do with the class of '92 and so on. I know he didn't come through the ranks, but he means that much to United's history and the success that we had in the time he was at the club. Of course, Paul Scholes, don't need to say much about him. He turned from the box-to-box goal-scoring midfielder to one that would just sit there and dictate play. Not many English midfielders or British midfielders around that could do it like Paul Scholes. He was revered around the world. You hear about La Masia and how Barcelona's players and young players used to idolise Paul Scholes, and you can't blame them because he was an absolute talent and an absolute genius. And it was great to say that I got to see these kind of players play for Manchester United, of the kind we'll probably never ever get to see again. His goal against Barcelona as we went on to win the Champions League in 2008. That felt really great because it felt like he made up for that moment when he missed the final in the new camp in Barcelona. So Paul Scholes, without doubt a legend. He came out of retirement as well and he still didn't look like he had gone anywhere. That's my midfield. That's my midfield. Roy Keane, Paul Scholes. It doesn't get any better than that. Of course, Bryan Robson was in with a little shout, although when I started going to the football, he retired in the same season, so I only got to see him for one season and I can't even remember any of that, the handful of games that I went that year. So yeah, it has to be Paul Scholes and Roy Keane. Michael Carrick gets an honourable mention, but he doesn't come anywhere close to those guys. Paul Ince as well when I was growing up, that 1994 team, one of my favourite teams, and him in that midfield. But the less said about Paul Ince after the way he celebrated playing for Liverpool. Anyway guys, get your comments in below. Let us know what you think. Who gets in your central midfield? Comment below. Make sure you subscribe, like and share. And next up, I select my forwards. Then after that, we'll be revealing the subscribers 11 and obviously showing my full 11. See you later.